shortcut. I was aiming for the other one.
Hey, how's it going there? Who we got there? Brent's in the chat. How are you, mate? Keeping busy, buddy? We're just, I'm trying out some new software here, something a bit different. So if it crashes, please let me know. It's a little different to some of my other setup. So we will see how it goes. I've got a good deal on this software, and I think it's a little more user-friendly once it's set up. Anyway, what games have you been playing lately, mate? Since my last time we chatted on stream. Anyway, I haven't touched any of my arcades for quite a while now. Actually, today was the first time I've turned them on in a little while. I've been testing out the NVIDIA GeForce Now. Like I know you've seen my video that I did of that. That's some pretty exciting technology coming out that I think sooner or later will probably be the normal for gaming. Is that something you'd check out, mate? Kirby Triple Deluxe on 3DS, busting out the old school 3DS, mate. Good to hear. I had a really, really good Triforce limited edition 3DS, and I got burgled, and I no longer get a hold of that. I love my handhelds, actually. After arcades, handhelds are a bit of a passion of mine. I've got quite a few handhelds. For some reason, I keep buying PlayStation Vitas. I got one right here from that I was in the middle of hacking. I got another couple coming from Japan. If you want to buy a PlayStation Vita, get on Buy. I might do a video about using Buy, but you can get a good PS Vita for bugger all. Absolutely bugger all. I think this one here was about $50. It cost me, and then if you buy a few other things and bundle it in, it costs you nothing in postage. So I actually got this PS Vita and this board of Street Fighter Alpha 03. They call it Zero. Street Fighter Zero. Sorry, not Street Fighter Alpha. They call it. Anyway, I got this board and the Vita, and they packaged up it all into one consignment package, and I think it all cost up probably about $250 or something. It was crazy cheap. So is that something you'd be interested in if I did a video of using Buy, which then lets you access Yahoo auctions and that, which is the big service the Japanese use. They don't use eBay and whatnot as much as Yahoo auctions, and you can't navigate that unless you can read Japanese. But the Buy service lets you do that, and there's some crazy good deals. I was having a few drinks the other day because I'd had a stressful week, and when I woke up in the morning, I'd brought a Sega Saturn and a Sega Dreamcast. Whoops. Better not tell the missus. She just sees these things come in the mail, and she's like, when did you buy that? So we'll see how we go. But yeah, that's what I've been playing mostly. What I've been playing mostly is on the NVIDIA GeForce setup, the GeForce Now setup. I've been testing a lot. I've been playing a fair bit of Cyberpunk, trialing that out, and also the Far Cry 5 because I love Far Cry 5. I love all the Far Cry games except maybe Far Cry 2. It's one of my most favourite series, actually, Far Cry. I put a lot of hours into every Far Cry when it comes up. And I'm looking forward to Far Cry 6 coming out next week, I think it is. Yeah, next week or the week after. It's been delayed a bit, so we'll see how it goes. Who else we got here? We got Brent. Who else is on the stream other than Brent? Yeah. Other than that, I've been pretty busy with work. We've been switched on all hammer and tongs at work, but let's not talk about work too much. Hey, how'd you go, Brent? Did you do the pinball hack? I think we'll get talking about the pinball hack for a bit. I think Kit might be joining in. Toycade, our buddy, he'll be joining in on the stream, and we'll be talking about Big Blue and a few other things there. probably a bit late for the locals. Yeah, I know. I've got to get my daughter in bed before I do anything too much. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Might try starting a little bit. You got all 30 tables running. Excellent. How hard was that to get going? I tried. I haven't had a try since I got home from work. But yeah, I haven't tried just yet. For the others, but I still just got the 10 tables from Marvel on my Star Wars. But do you think it's worth it now? Do you think the arcade 1-up pinballs? You weren't a fan of Williams, yeah. Apart from Fishtails, I used to love playing Fishtails, so I'm happy to see Fishtails on the Williams table. To be honest, but that's about the only one I play. Is follows Kong's step by step. Yeah, I think where I was getting in trouble was in the line you copy over is a space. So I'll probably have a look tomorrow. I'll take all the spaces out, and I think it should work. But yeah, Kong did a really good video explaining that to get that all running all good. Although, did you see his version 2 stream 3 or 4 days ago? That was a bit of a fail, but that was good that he showed it's not as simple as some have led us to believe or say it is. I wouldn't say led us to believe it. I think these things come naturally to some people and not. But once I get all 30 tables on my pinball, I think it's probably worth it closer to the money I paid for it. Had that problem, a few times. Yeah, I think it's the space, which is what the spaces in the language it's holding me up. But we'll see how we go. Yeah, I'm getting notifications on my phone, but there's nothing there. I think I might have picked up a little virus. Actually, I think my mum got me a virus. I think she did something. I might have to take my Netflix password off her. Yeah, good to have the restore. That's the one. Yeah, it'd be good to just be able to go bang back to the original. Which was good about the swapping the tables around. What we started with, I think, was you can always just go back to original. It was all good that way. The only problem with swapping the table sets around flashing it so much is these PCBs aren't designed to be flashed and reflashed over and over and over again. So I think it's it'll eventually wear your PCB out. So I think if you could dump all 30 tables on there and leave it as it is probably the way to go. I think that's what they're working on next. Who was it? One person who had sent me a PM after the original video that I did said they are working on a nicer front end. So that would be good. Yeah, nicer front end. I'd still like to see if you could add other games, but the way I understand it is these 30 tables FX Pinball had made specifically for the arcade 1-up pinballs. So I don't think we'll get any more than these 30, but yeah, once a nice front end's on this, I think that's all we really need to do. Wouldn't need much more. I don't know if you agree. But yeah, nice front end, all 30 tables. And then in my opinion, the arcade 1-up pinballs would be worth the money we had to pay. I know you got one nice and cheap there, Brent. It was I did find out it was you and one other person pulled the trigger on those, what was it, $800 Costco tables. There's 2 people in Australia who scored it for that much, which is which is quite a score. I just wasn't interested too much, to be honest. But yeah, because I only got I don't play the pinball too much. I'm sitting right here next to me. You did give us all the heads up, buddy. You did, and I appreciate that. And I'm surprised only one other person picked that up. I'm surprised, but it is what it is. My pinball sat in this box for months, Only 2 sold at that price. Because the guys in at Power Move and above didn't believe me when I said that they had it for $7.99 or $8.99. You got it for, and then he quickly checked from his end and he said, "Oh, 2 people brought it and they honoured it." I think they were meant to be. You are special, buddy. I'll have to send you the link so I'll get you on to have a chat one time. We'll get you on here and we'll have a chat about arcades and pinball on that. The pinball's not. I considered moving my pinball on while it's still in the box, but I might leave it now at least for a while. With 30 tables on it, but I still don't know how much I'll play it. I could move it out of my room here and into the lounge room or something, so other members of my family could enjoy it. That might be an idea. But other than that, I've got I brought the Capcom Legacy arcade late last week. I thought to myself, bugger it, I want it. Pretty much, it's got a few games I don't have, and I have my Final Fight cabinet slated for the Mega Drive Intec gaming setup. That's my plan. Once the Mega Drive Intec mod control deck thing comes out, I'm going to throw that on my Final Fight. So if I can still have all those Final Fight games on the Capcom Legacy table, then good for me. That's my plan. Let me get smashed there. You don't play a bit of Warzone or anything that's showing on the screen now, do you, Brent? Or anyone else who's in the channel? The big question I want to know is, who thinks the pinballs are now worth the price they are of $1,400, knowing that you can swap the tables out or add all 30 games if you're keen to do the hack? Is it worth $1,400? They're still $1,400. I'll double check. Let's have a look. We'll just go Child Faithful to Arcade Gamer. That's where I brought my Capcom table, my Capcom Legacy off Arcade Gamer. I ordered it Tuesday morning. It was about 6 a.m. I have seen them on sale for that. I've seen EB Games with them a bit cheaper, actually, to be honest. But yeah, I purchased my Capcom Legacy. What did I say? Tuesday morning about 6 a.m. and then Wednesday it showed up at home, which I couldn't believe. And I'm in rural Victoria. If you call Mildura rural, we're part of the rural council. I'll just pause that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so they're still $1,400 at Arcade Gamer. I wonder if we can find them cheaper. Might have a quick scout around, but they're still $1,400. So you wouldn't pay $1,300 either, would you, Brent? You wouldn't pay that much, yeah. So you wouldn't pay that much even with 30 tables on it? You don't think it's worth it even with 30 tables? Because I kind of feel, to me, it is sort of worth it. Yeah. The Legacy tables, only for that front panel, they don't slide in, so it is a little bit of a pain in the butt. But it's not too much. ALP for the win. Hey, I've still got here. I've gone to the dark side. I have a At Games product here ready to go. I might put this in later. I was going to do it today, but the wife had jobs listed, so that's where I was. But have you seen one of these Legends Connects? So this is apparently all that's inside your At Games Legends, and also the pinball people. You can use them to make your own V pin. Oh, how's that sound? It actually arrived. I don't know when it arrived, but it was here when I got home Thursday. So it's been here for a bit. So that's the board there. And this is your standard 40 pin setup. So it'll just play. I've got the whole wire harness here. Good time. So it's the same as the Pandora's box. So plug it in and then button by button, plug this in. So these are your joysticks here. And then all the buttons, yay. So that'll be happy times putting that together. I actually got a cheat way around it because my cabinet's already wired up. So I have a little shortcut there. No, I probably won't be entering because I'm just going to put in my Vulex straight in that. So I'm just going to take the Pandora's box out and then this will go in. So I don't know if that'll qualify. I probably could, for shits and gigs, send in my Legends Connect build just to see what Kong has to say. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to having that on. So, Brent, you're the man for At Games Legends here. So you're going to have to point me in the right direction and tell me where to get the naughty software to put on it. Things like CoinOpX and that stuff, because I think the 20 games that are on it are just space fillers mostly. So anyway, there he is, Stephen. Morning, mate. How are you? Good morning. What have you been playing lately, buddy? What games have you been playing? Put it in the Countercade and Rise Edition. Something like that might be a good idea. Back to here. Stephen, we're just talking about the pinball hacks. Have you done the hack yourself, mate? We are just talking about the hacks, whether you're just swapping it out or swapping out the tables for 10 at a time or doing the full hack. I haven't got around to it. Can't even seem to do anything. From Arcade Punks at the moment. It needs more. Right, there's something going on there. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'll have to look into it, mate. Yeah. Been playing a lot of Attack from Mars on your pinball. So have you hacked it, have you, mate, or have you just got it original? We were just talking about now that they're hackable, or you can hack it, is it worth the money that they cost? So I don't know, when you logged in there, if you've seen, we were looking at, they're still full price here in Australia of $1,400. And I'll check EB Games while we're here. And we're just talking about, are they now that you can play all 30 tables on them, are they worth the full price or are they not? It's Brent sort of feels that it's not worth the still not worth the full price. I'll probably almost agree. If virtual pinball is your thing, I'd say it's worth it. But if you're probably like me and not much of a fan of virtual pinball, then it's not worth it so much. It's a Simon who's up in Queensland, and he's got all 3 pinballs and he loves them. So yeah, And tried to follow Kong to Us for video, but there is access commands in the links he posted. I think because they're changing out that link. I think if you're not right on it, it's gets old and it's outdated, and then you're screwed. You got to find the newest. And EB games are still $1,400, and they only have the Marvel available. I'll bring that up. So that's interesting. So EB Games only has the one pinball, unless I've scrolled past one real quick. Yeah. So EB Games only has the one, and it's still $1,400 also. So there you go. If you want a pinball in Australia, it's $1,400. If it had apti, yeah, I agree with you there, mate. I was a bit disappointed that it's just basically basically a lit marquee. It could be better there. If it just changed, I don't know. If it was like it didn't have to be a full motion screen, but it just changed per table. That would be enough. It doesn't have to be animated or anything. So it just it would fade in and out as you change tables. That would be pretty cool. That would all that would need to be to make it worth it, I guess. It wouldn't have to be anything too fancy, in my opinion. But I'm 100% with you there. The back glass on it just being what it is sort of takes a fair bit away. But I do understand that they're doing a revision of the pinball tables from the original. There's going to be a reskin. I'm not sure what else. I really hope that it's more than just a reskin, and it's 1080p is what I'm looking for. If it needs to be 1080p, that's my biggest disappointment with the pinball tables is it's not 1080p. It's not that sharp, because I know people with virtual pinballs that play them at the higher resolution. That Mark, who's also admin in the Aussie group there, he spent about $5,000, I think it was, from Retro Play for his virtual pinball a couple of years ago. That plays at 4K, and he absolutely loves it. He says it's his most used out of all his arcades and everything. It's the pinball. It's the virtual pinball from Retro Play in Melbourne, but they start it. Needs 1080p, absolutely. That's my biggest disappointment. If this one was 10, if mine, it's right next to me, that's why I keep looking over here. If mine was 1080p, I would use it a lot more. I don't care too much about the haptics, and they're not so powerful. They are what they are. I get that. This is, at the end of the day, when it comes to pinballs, this is pretty cheap, but it's the 1080p that's missing, which disappointed me the most. Unless you're Brent and you pick it up for the price of a Marvel Arcade 1-Up, because that's what the listing was meant to be, a Marvel Arcade 1-Up. But to Costco's credit, they still honoured him that listing, so you can't complain about that. No Fosters tonight, Stephen. I couldn't do it. Actually, I'm laying off the booze a bit. I'm going to crack a can. It'll be my first one for a while shortly when I finish that Coke. But I couldn't do the Fosters, mate. I did think I might pick up a big bot of Fosters, but I did not. That's it. So what have you, Steve? You just been playing the Attack from Mars? You haven't been on that Outrun? I'm still. I don't know if I should pull the pin on Outrun or not. We got Outrun coming soon. We'll see how we go. What do we got? Yeah, so Outrun sit down edition. I thought we were getting stand up, but we're getting sit down. It's 1400. I want to know if we get Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer's the the one I want because it'll rumored to have online. I think that's where the future with Arcade 1-Up is. We're seeing what's going on with Big Blue and the online community for that. It's literally just blowing up, the online community for Big Blue, and people are loving it. So I think all cabs will have some sort of online. You're going to be able to jump on, play with your mates. You're going to be able to jump in the Facebook groups and shit stir your friends and shit talk your opponents up and bait them into. So it'll be good. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly my thoughts. So if this was, say, 3 months ago, and we got that outrun announcement, even though I don't want the sit-down version, I want the stand-up version, I would have pre-ordered that day one. I would have jumped on that because, yeah, I want a racing cab. I would have jumped on that outrun and made my own riser for it, and I'd be happy with that. But now I know that Ridge Race is coming out, and it's gonna don't even know the full games, don't even know the game, other than Ridge Racer itself. But we know it's going to have online. Looks like Arcade 1-Up's got the chat feature, which to me is essential. That's the. I want Ridge Racer 100% over Outrun. So I know you do, buddy. I know. And like I said, I would have brought Outrun. I would have pre-ordered that day one if we didn't know Ridge Racer was coming. It is a pain in the butt that we are so far behind on the release schedule. I don't know what can be done there. I think a big part of the problem is US. They've got numbers that they are contracted to supply to big suppliers like Walmart and whatnot. So getting those numbers down here is a bit hard. But it would be good to. Yeah, went on a bit of a tear Thursday night. Took you 2 nights to recover. Good work, mate. Good work. I like to hear that. The pubs here are still closed. Pubs here are still closed. It's getting ridiculous. A mate of mine owns a pub. He owns a pub in a little town. They call it Victoria's most outback town. And he can't open his pub because, or he can, but he's been told he's only allowed to have 10 people in his pub. And he just can't do that where he operates. So he just does his takeaways. But I tell you what, as soon as pubs are open here, I'm going to rip it up big time myself, mate. Yeah. We did get our Gen 1s at similar time, but they were delayed by a couple months too, from memory. I can remember after I started the group and seeing everyone get theirs in America, and I think ours were delayed by about 2.5 months from memory with Gen 1. It's nice to see John D back in the community. Your thoughts? John D's a cool bloke. I don't mind John D. I like what he's done with the Big Blue. That's what Toy Code and I are going to talk about a bit when Toy Code gets in, if he can get in. But we were going to, John D's, he's stirred up the community again, and I like that he's doing his challenges with Console Fanboy and Kong and that, and he's challenging people to do better than him, which is good to see. And so I think he's watching that live stream with Michael B, and there was a moment where he was getting a bit carried away, and one of the other blokes pulled him up a bit. And I think because he sort of got too big for his boots is probably the word I say, when he was regularly jumping on streams and that's why he had to pull it back. So I don't know if you'll see John D on too many live streams as we used to. I think you'll see him in the community, especially with Big Blue. I think he's trying to really stir up that online community of people, and he's doing the shit talking and egging people on, and he's he's showing the leaderboards when someone gets more wins than him, or any of those things, or they'll be the first to 10. I've seen him challenge Toy Code to first to 10. Those sort of things. So I think that's where you'll see John D more. I think he's really trying to pump that online community, because I think Arcade 1UP have identified that online gameplay is their big thing. That's what they've got over a lot of the other groups. So that's why they've brought in the voice chat on NBA Jam, and Big Blue's obviously got NBA Jam. So I think that's what John D's doing at the moment, is he's trying to really pump that online community. Any chance you show up in the Australian arcade community? I'll welcome you on the channel. For sure, yeah. John D can come on. He can pop in the group and chat to the guys there. Haven't heard from him. I've never actually spoke with him. I spoke to him one time when he was on the Tech Buzz. I think I called into the Tech Buzz and had a chat with him then. But that's it. I've never spoke to him in the DMs or whatnot. I've spoken to Scott Baccarat a fair bit, but I haven't spoke with John D. It'd be nice to have some communication from Arcade 1UP with us down here, but I think they're busy with what they're doing. I'll swing him an invite. That's what I'll do. I'll get onto him. I'll slide into his DMs and we'll see if he's keen. I'll just invite guest, generate a new link. Just copy link. We just got Toycade keen to join, so we'll just see how we go. And Brent, yes, I'll meet you at Bar Tronica for a responsible amount of drinks for sure. And we'll have a good go on that virtual fighter cab they got in there, because that is a nice cab. Absolutely nice cab. Have you played that at Bar Tronica? I love that. The Bar Tronica's virtual fighter. And virtual fighter is one game that does not get enough love. Anyone else here play? Stephen, how about you, mate? You play virtual fighter? I think I love it. It's a bloody nice game. Yeah. Got the wife in a Daytona last time you're there. We'll have to get my misso and your misso fighting each other. Be nice if you Toycade held a special live chat with John D. Absolutely, it would. I think Toycade's just trying to jump in now. There he is. He's loading in. Once his microphone is live, I'll add him to the stream, and I'll get Toycade's opinion on that one there, Stephen. Give me a thumbs up, Kit, when you're ready to join, mate. Ready to go? All right,
ready to go.
Yep. Can everyone hear? All right. Can you see Stephen?
You got Stephen, got Brent. Cool. Hey guys.
From Stephen C. Your volume's a bit low, mate.
Audio.
Hang on. Turn you up. There you go.
Oh wait. Got double audio. Wait. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, Stephen, if you, my opinion, it would be good if John got on stream with me and Toycade and had a chat. I reckon we could fill a couple hours stream there. I'll just hide that.
Yeah, wait. Sorry, my audio is not working.
I can hear you fine now.
Oh no, the speaker's just not working.
Oh yeah. Reading 5 for 5. Yeah, we got you. No worries this side. Hidden under the chat line. Yep, I'll just close that. So yeah, what were we talking about? Why our mate Toycade gets sorted there? You still hearing the echo, are you, mate?
Should be okay.
Should be good.
Yeah, we're good now. I think we're good.
Good. Too easy.
Okay. Yeah, I was listening to you guys talking about Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
That's when I was trying to join. But while we've got the few important guys, Ridge Racer is leaderboard only, guys. Just to let you guys know.
It's leaderboard only, is it? So there'll be no. Well, there you go. We heard it. That's a Toycade moment for you.
It was. It was one of those videos I think of releasing, but I was like, it's too little information.
There you go. So there you go. Ridge Racer will be leaderboard only. It won't be. Yeah. That's a little disappointing.
Which makes sense, I reckon.
Yeah.
I think when you think about it, racing games is not the same as fighting games, right? Because it's a map.
Pretty fast paced.
Fast paced and different areas of the map. So you believe that it'd be more intensive and probably needs a server or something more stronger. So I'm not surprised yet. But I guess it's a stepping stone, I guess, to online gameplay. But
maybe something.
I'm not surprised about that. Definitely not surprised about that when I found that out.
No versus, no buy. Brent says no versus.
Yeah.
But
when you think from a Daytona point of view, because everyone's really waiting up for Daytona, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, I think online gameplay for Daytona is not a big deal for me, personally. I think Daytona is more of a linkable cab, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So, I'd probably buy... it'd be expensive, but it would be good to own two Daytonas next to each other and it had a link cable and you could race each other. That would be crazy good.
That would be crazy good.
Crazy good.
And you know with John D, right, how he always hints things. I think last week he hinted on one of the streams that Daytona linkable cabs. He mentioned it.
He did too. He did. I did hear that. I didn't. Yeah.
When he mentioned something like that, it was.
You've got to write it down. You got to note that down. You got to have the. You got to have the notes. You got to have notes. You got to right. John D has said this. I'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah. While we're talking about John D, I just will go. Stephen C's here. You're hidden behind the chat bar there. He said it'd be nice if you and Toycade had a special live chat with John D.
That would be nice, but we work on Australian time here.
Yeah.
Unless we stream during our work hours, which is
something unlikely. Like that. Yeah.
I'll lose my job.
Yes, and the elephant in the room would be you, John D's most favourite person.
Retirement match, first to 10. He wanted.
Yeah. Didn't reply to that. You didn't. Yeah, you've got a big blue coming, correct?
I've got a blue coming. Probably, hopefully, in another couple of weeks, it'll arrive in one shape.
Maybe you could take him up on that first to 10.
But we know the problem that it may lag, right?
Yeah, the lag will be a killer.
So it will be most likely be just me in a room by myself playing Street Fighter.
No, I'll have a big blue coming myself.
Have you processed the order?
I haven't processed it yet. I'm waiting to hear back from the seller to work out a deal so that we can avoid some of that import tax.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I was just thinking about the linkable. Steve, crazy good on the linkable Daytona cabs. That's just a crazy good idea. Like I would buy two just so I could do that because Daytona was always two cabs next to each other. It was those.
That's right. At least.
Yeah.
I don't think online gameplay for Daytona is not a big deal. I don't think people that want to buy Daytona want to buy linkable cabs, multiple cabs. So not having that live feature on a Daytona is not a big deal. It's just getting that title out to us.
So would you drop $2,800 on two Daytona cabs?
Possibly.
What about Brent?
I can see my kids loving it.
For instance, where are we sourcing Big Blue? eBay. eBay,
That's
baby.
the only option. That's
the only option. Yeah. Oh, there are a few other options if you want to spend up big. I looked at freight forwarders. You're probably looking at $1,600 to $1,700 with a freight forwarder. There's a couple people on eBay who are offering it for $1,500 thereabouts. That's shipped through to Australia and your shipping taxes, everything, import tax.
But it's really a FOMO moment here, right? We feel like we're missing out.
That's right. Yeah. Because you're seeing so much action. We're seeing so much action in the community. That special one-up Big Blue group. I don't know who else is a member there, but that blue. That's where my FOMO moment is. I'm just seeing so many people have so much fun, shit talking each other and challenging each other, and wins versus losses, and it's like I want some of that action, man.
Yeah, but like I said, it comes down to the lag, right? Our latency might be really bad. It might not be like the likeliness of challenging the Americans might be.
That's where we need to. We've got some online cabs here. We need to build the community here. We need to know who has Marvel vs. Capcom or NBA GM, and we can all get together and do that. Get that community going on.
Oh, you run the arcade.
I do. I'll work on something. I'll try and work on something for Christmas time. We'll get something out there.
Maybe you should reach out to John D. Get some incentive.
You
should. He's part of the group.
Might get John D to do a stream end of the year with us. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good.
Daytona, who's it? You hate Marvel vs. Capcom. That's fair. I like X-Men vs. Street Fighter. That's my favourite fighting game. Yeah, Daytona and Sega Rally on the same cab would be awesome. It would be awesome. Do you think they would do that, or because they're two big titles? Do you reckon they would put both Daytona and Sega Rally on the same cab at the same time, or do you think they'd be missing out on sales there?
Yeah, definitely. I think there should be separate dedicated cabs for those titles.
Yeah,
Daytona on its own, just Daytona. That's all you
need. It just needs to be Daytona. Yep.
Yeah, that game. Everyone will play that game nonstop. Seriously, that title is enough.
Yeah. The other thing I was talking about tournaments and whatnot, I was thinking we could just do Street Fighter 30th anniversary on PS4 or something. Get everyone in the group to verse each other and up to the end of the year. I think that would be very doable. I think the PlayStation or Nintendo Switch servers are good enough. We'd have a pretty positive experience there until everyone has a Big Blue. Everyone has Big Blue. They did. So I think Power Move Boys did say they would look at Big Blue for Australia next year, depending on sales of the Capcom Legacy cab. So I think once a Capcom Legacy cab sold out, they would then look at Big Blue for Australia. So won't say I haven't heard a definitely no for Big Blue for Australia like Terminator, where they said definitely not getting Big Blue, definitely not getting Terminator. Sorry, have not heard a definitely no. I just heard they're going to evaluate after next year after the Capcom Legacy had sold out, or they were watching the sales of that.
Yeah, but that's going to impact Big Blue, right? If whoever buys the Legacy most likely will think twice about Big Blue if they do bring it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I think they buy the Big Blue for the online.
Yeah, it puts the consumers in a difficult position.
Yeah, but that's like a lot of their things. They seem to release one thing and then they not release another cab shortly after that. Everyone goes, "Oh, I wish I knew about that." Like we were talking about with Outrun and Ridge Racer. A lot of people are like, I would have got Outrun, but Ridge Racer's coming out. Or I've got Outrun already now, so I'm not getting Ridge Racer.
But Ridge Racer and Outrun are two different. They're both driving games, but one's 3D, one's the classic retro Outrun. For me, I'll still, if it was me, I'll get Outrun over Ridge Racer.
You would?
I would. If I had between those two, I will get Outrun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get Outrun. Yes.
You had more personal connection with Outrun than.
Yeah. So I played a lot of Outrun when it was out, but I'd probably prefer Ridge Racer.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, having that
that's
online.
Fair enough. Yep.
Will be. If they did have that online multiplayer feature on Ridge Racer, I would definitely consider that one as well. But now it doesn't.
Yeah. Is there an arcade one-up community in New Zealand? I don't think so. I think JB Hi-Fi in New Zealand sold Pac-Man, and that's about all they've had. I don't think I've let no one from New Zealand's wanted to join the Aussie group. But yeah, so as far as Steve, I don't think there's anyone from New Zealand. I don't think they have anything there. There might be
New Zealand.
Sorry?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I haven't seen much.
No, I don't think there's nothing. I know. Yeah,
I know. At one stage last year, they had more cabs than us, more titles than us. Remember at JB, they had more. We only had 2 titles, right? Street Fighter and Rampage, and they had like Pac-Man as well. No,
Pac-Man.
a few more.
Terminator gets boring pretty quickly. No loss. Yeah, Terminator's a wow factor for looking at it. It was good fun to play once, but Unlimited continues issue there. Like it's something taken away for me. What's Francis saying? He's been holding off on both Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter because of Big Blue. That's true. I only got the Street Fighter Legacy because I'll probably be sacrificing my final fight for the
Intech Gaming.
The Intech Gaming thingy. What's the Aussie group? I'll post a link. I'll post a link in the comments. That's the group I run. That's how most of us come to know each other, mate.
That's right. Yeah. Great little community there.
Yep. Almost 600 members at the moment.
Hey, when you going to organise a giveaway?
I'll get something. Copy link. There you go. You join now, and I can accept you, Stephen C. If you join the Aussie group too, if you're not in, and if you need to, you'll see posting then there if doing the Sunday night stream or whatnot. So who here is not in Australia? It'd be Stephen, I know for sure. I'm wondering who has the Big Blue at the moment, because I want to know if the problems with the control deck angle making it a bit lower, if that's a real issue, or is it another issue that's been overstated. I think sometimes some people will point out an issue for the sake of pointing out an issue that's not that much of an issue, if that makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to call out issue if it's an issue for me. But I haven't heard much complaint about the angled control panel. Yeah,
there's not a lot. I think 19K Fox, but he's quite a tall dude too. He said that the angle, and it did bring it down a bit lower than a standard arcade one-up. So I just want to know how much of an issue it is or not. Because to me, that angled deck looks a lot more comfortable than a flat one.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Was he sitting on a stool or was he standing up? I think standing up may be a problem.
Maybe, yeah. And to me, if you're playing like, 1st to 10 sort of competitions, I'm going to be sitting on a stool.
Definitely.
Yeah. I got another stool coming with my Capcom Legacy, and the wife, she's like, another one. Because with every cab, because that's part of the deal that they've made stools with virtually every cab here in Australia to add value, because they know the price. They acknowledge the price is high, so they're bundling everything, and so suddenly we've got so many stools laying around.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing in the US and Canada, right? Everything you have to buy the stool now, and sometimes you pay for a tin. Was it a tin sign or something? Yeah. It's like stuff we don't need, but justify the price. That's how they work.
Absolutely, yeah. You always sell the stool, I guess, if you don't want it. But that's why the Legacy didn't have stools or anything. bundled in with them was because they wanted to have that really affordable price.
Yeah, it was $7.99, and now it's
$7.99. Yep.
Which is still a good deal.
Yeah, so then now there's $7.75. And I like Arcade Gamer always sending out 10% off deals. EB Games, it's pretty easy to get 10% off. If you look around a bit, you can get 10% off deals with EB Games and whatnot. So you can get those cabs for under $700. It's like, yes, Big Blue is packaged with stools, and that's why it is expensive to ship. That's why freight forwarders is doubling the price. So what are they, $6.99 for it, and then the freight is again another $750 or something for freight forwarders. Whereas the smaller one-ups, with freight forwarders, you're under $500 to ship them over here. So apparently class 81 is not coming as a bundle.
Yeah.
But we'll see how we go. So Stephen, you don't have a Big Blue. You can't say whether that control deck is really an issue. To me, it doesn't look like an issue. Yeah. No stool or lighted deck protector. Yeah. Of class 81. So I haven't heard many people talk about the voice chat feature too. Is that enabled yet on Big Blue? There's a possibility of Australia getting class 81. It's not confirmed, but apparently the request has been put in for class 81. I was told that they'd put a request in for Outrun, class 81, and Killer Instinct, and one other cab, I think. And yes, so we may get class 81, and Killer Instinct, I think there's a good chance we'll get Killer Instinct too.
This year or next year?
I haven't heard.
No news still.
Yeah. Killer Instinct's the big one. So if I had to choose between Big Blue and Killer Instinct, it would be Killer Instinct every day of the week. Yeah.
Well, Killer Instinct, knowing that it only has 5 games compared to 12, you still would choose Killer Instinct over Big Blue?
Yeah. Because I got the Capcom Legacy. So about the only game I'd be really missing is Super Puzzle Fighter.
Which is a huge one, right?
Yeah, I love Super Puzzle Fighter. Actually, really happy they got that. That was one in the early days of IRK before it was released, and Jonga reached out and wanted to know puzzle games. I said Super Puzzle Fighter is the one, but I doubt he'll get many.
Who's this, John? You saying
John? Yeah.
IRK. You talking about IRK here?
Yeah, I was just talking in general. I love Super Puzzle Fighter. But Steven's saying he doesn't have Big Blue, but he can't see the angled deck better problem. No, I don't think it is. And it's not so much the angle of the deck. I think it's more that it brings it down slightly lower than a standard arcade one-up. I think the couple comments I've seen in community posts is not that it's angled, it's the angle brings it lower. And I think the taller people, and it's like the same with the legacy cabinets. The lower control decks is the issue for those tall people.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have a concern. I think at that, if it's too low, it might cause cramp over long term of game.
Yeah,
you're paying for a long time.
But you could always make one of those little 100mm risers like people did with the MVSX. If it was presenting to be an issue, you could always make one of those. But then that's these things that I've said before. Arcade One Up have been doing this for quite a while. We shouldn't have to be making little risers to bring them up a bit higher, or fixing control deck issues on legacy cabs either.
Yeah, definitely.
If you get what I'm saying, yeah. But yeah, if it was an issue, we could sort you on that. It's time to crack a beer because I haven't had one yet.
Oh, I'm staying off the beer tonight.
Staying off the beers, yeah.
I've already had a few over the weekend. Long weekend for us here, right? The grand final. So
not for me, because even though I live in Victoria, I work in New South Wales.
Oh, you're serious?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed out on the long weekend?
Yeah. But every weekend's a weekend for me. I have 5 days off.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway, enough about that. Who else is in Victoria? Who in the chat is from Victoria? I just would like to know who got rattled in the earthquake the other day. Because I felt it right up at work, actually.
Yeah, and are you on a crane or up high?
No, I was sitting in the control room where I was working that week. But where I was is always very still, and I was listening to the radio as I was actually listening to Melbourne callback radio, and I heard them. They were talking about the earthquake, and they're like, "Oh, you could hear it." And so I'd stopped what I was doing. I was at my desk, and I stopped what I'm doing. I was like listening to the radio, and then it felt like a wave of nausea just went straight through me. Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa, crazy!" Yeah, but if I was on the dredge, because that's out on a pond and it's in water, I wouldn't have felt anything because it's always rocking anyway.
Yeah. It was quite scary because the whole house was shaking, and I saw my massive plasma rocking back and forth. Yeah. So I had to make sure the kids were safe first thing. Yeah. And then I ran outside because I thought, what, is there someone on my roof or something? But it was. Yeah. I never felt an earthquake like that before in Melbourne before. It's the first time.
A friend of mine who works in Melbourne CBD actually thought that a bomb had gone off because of the tension with protests and that at the moment. She said that she thought a bomb had gone off. Yeah. Scott James, he says he was in Melbourne. Do you feel it down there, buddy? I don't want to pop that up because it's in the way. I'm going to have to adjust the way. Sorry, guys. I've got new software, and when I highlight a comment, it hides toy code there.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Scott, did you feel the earthquake, mate? Yeah. Yeah, Stephen, you're a shift worker. What do you do, buddy? I work in mining, so yeah, my rosters are all over the place, day shift, night shift, on and off. But anyway, Stephen, Stephen said his next purchases will be either Atari Legacy or Class 81. So what will bring that you to about 17 cabs? Yeah. Scott saying his whole office shook madly. I tell you what, all us guys, like Brent said earlier, when they open the pubs, we'll all have to go to Bartronica and have a few beers. It seems like there's a lot of us Arcade 1-Up fans in Melbourne or not far from Melbourne, so we should have a Christmas party or something down there.
Sounds like a good plan.
I do, Steve. I actually live in north of Victoria. I'm on the border of Victoria, South Australia, and New South Wales. I'm up there. So, yeah. Currently got 14 cabs. Yeah. I thought you said you had 16. I don't know what. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, Big Blue. What else were we talking about? I was talking about the sort of the community that it's created, like, because I wasn't expecting that, like, when you first announced it 4 months ago or so, and you said online gamers, like, oh yeah, that's cool, but I didn't think it would create the community it has.
Depends. No, yeah. We're talking about Street Fighter here, right? Street Fighter is a huge community.
That's right. Yeah.
For me, I was excited because for Street Fighter Championship Edition and Hyper Fighting, right? They're the two most popular Street Fighter.
Absolutely, versions, for sure.
So I'm keen to play on that, but obviously I'm going to have a problem finding local players.
Yeah, well, I'll have it, and I'll definitely be keen to play online because I always love fighting other people. I always love not fighting, but playing against other people. Yeah, that's what I like about online gaming is the interaction with other people and that, and especially with your voice chat and you meet people and that. Like, I've got friends that I still talk to today from back in the day when we used to play Halo 2 online on Xbox Live. So that's I almost see the Big Blue community being a mini version of that, where people are friends, people are making friends, and there's getting online to play with their friends, and tournaments and all that sort of stuff, which is not, I wasn't expecting Big Blue to do, but obviously it looks like that's what's happening.
Yeah, what's your opinion on those rage quitters? Because I'm seeing a lot of posts people rage quitting too.
No. Once you start the game, you're in it to the end. No,
really? I've seen people complain that rage quitters has deprived them from getting a win.
I don't like rage quitting. You're there for the game. You're there for the game.
But I guess that's going to be the ongoing problem, right, with this.
Yeah. Because I had the same problem with NBA Jam too, people rage quitting. So I think they changed it in the end. So someone rage quit on you, it gives you a win.
Yeah, but in Street Fighter right now, it doesn't.
Yeah, correct.
That's the annoying thing at the moment.
And I think that's why people are rage quitting, because they don't, because it's got that win-loss ratio, and people don't want to stuff that.
It affects their ranking. At the moment, it seems like there's a race to get into the top 10, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which is good. I like to see that. And that's, I want to, even get on that top 10 or the top 8, whatever it is.
Which will be impossible once we get the cab right. Like, they're up to like 500-600 games now. That's how ahead they are.
Yeah. Have I ever seen a cane toad? When we used to go on holidays in Queensland as a kid, and we stay at mum and dad's friend's place, we used to pick cane toads up, and you'd put them in the freezer, and we'd shoot them with the slug gun. And that, they're everywhere up north, but not down south where we are here. Cheers, mate. That's awesome. Have you ever seen a cane toad toy, Kate?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I've always been living in the city, so.
No, even like we go stay at mum and dad's, like at family friend's place in Queensland in Brisbane, and it just have to rain and there'd be cane toads everywhere. Their backyard swimming pool would just be full of them, and we just have the slug guns, like me and the kids that were staying with you. You just sit there with the slug guns and snipe the bastards. Or you just see they pick them up. They have deep freezers. Everyone has a deep freeze there. And they pick him up and put him in the freezer alive. Oh, that's awesome! I love that. Yeah, but I have not seen a cane toad for quite a while, Stephen. It's been quite a while since I've been any further north than Sydney. I was meant to do a bit of for work, go up to Queensland and whatnot, and look at different dredges equipment like that, but good old COVID has stuff that. But, just trying to think. The other thing I want to talk, Big Blue. Do you think they'll keep using that cab? Because obviously they got the equipment that to cut it out. So do you think it's just a once only, or do you think they're going to release more Big Blue games? Because I would love to see Alpha Series on a Big Blue.
As in expansion on the current
cab? No, a second cab, another cab.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
they have to.
You're not talking about the same design, right? You're talking about a different design?
Or no, same design, same cab, same cab design, just different game list.
Possibly. I don't know about that. It sounds like a good idea. I agree with you. With the Street Fighter Alpha series, which is missing, it makes sense to put out on the Big Blue as well.
Yeah.
A different artwork. Maybe, definitely a different artwork.
Different artwork and everything. So the same, like behind me now, I've got 4 identical arcade one-ups, different artwork, different games list. Do you think they would... so the question is, do you think they would release another Big Blue with Street Fighter Alpha as the title? Or, like, I think the only Big Blue I've ever seen is a Aliens versus Predator. So it was officially released as Aliens versus Predator.
Yeah.
So do you think... Yeah.
No, I think that's a good idea. I don't think we'll see it maybe in the next couple of years. It won't be coming soon. I think they'll let Big Blue sell as much as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And then release the Alpha series. That makes perfect sense. It's probably on their roadmap already.
Yeah, probably. Yep. And Stephen's asked, there's lots of, have I ever eaten them? They're not commonly eaten, but I have eaten a snake and it tastes like shit.
Tastes like chicken?
No, it doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes like shit. It tastes like chicken shit. Yeah, we when I was about 17 and we were drinking out on a mate's shed, and the dog killed a snake, and we all encouraged each other to eat that snake. It didn't taste any good. That's all that needs to be said. I can still taste it. No, Steve, we do not eat snakes regularly. Well, a couple of Aboriginal mates of mine have shown me what they do with them, and they do look good. But no, it's not a general thing. Snakes eating cane toads. Yeah, snakes will eat anything. There we go. So yeah, like you're saying, you think the Alpha series will be on their roadmap for
I think it's time for them to release that, and also Street Fighter 3. I think they're the games that everyone's waiting for from the Street Fighter series.
Yeah. Do you think they release them close together, or they go, all right, we've milked Street Fighter 2, we'll go now with Alpha series?
Alpha, then they go Street Fighter 3.
But you reckon a year or two apart?
Yeah. I mean, Alpha next year, maybe Street Fighter 3 later at the later end of next year.
Maybe, yep.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Alpha's as popular. Even though, I prefer Alpha over Street Fighter 2.
Alpha is quite popular. You'd be surprised. There's a big community out there, especially on Fightcade. I think Alpha on the Fightcade, there's Street Fighter 3, Alpha, and obviously Championship Edition are the three most common Street Fighter.
I know Street Fighter 3 is popular because of the parry system, because you can parry and negate all your damage, which I've never been able to perfect parrying in any fighting game. I just can't get it.
It's just tapping, man. Just tap forward.
You can do it. If you're slamming it, but if you got Chung-Li smashing a combo out in front of you or something, it's just
yes, the Diego moment, Evo moment, right?
Yeah, Evo. What is it? 35 or
37? Was it?
37.
I think it's 37. It's a classic.
Yeah, I watch it all the time. It's fantastic. I was thinking about putting that. I was putting together an outro for my streams, and I was thinking about having that featuring in it as the outro. But anyway, it's easy to parry a fireball or something. That's what I'm getting at. It's easy to parry a fireball, but if you're got someone right in your face, because I think they said it's only like a 3 or 4 frame opportunity to hit forward, whereas you can just hold back and block. But in Street Fighter 3, you only got a 3 or 4 frame opportunity to hit forward and parry that attack. So you got to be right.
That's what makes it unique and fun, right? Street Fighter 3.
That's right.
Is a satisfaction of getting that parry, right?
Yeah, that's why it's so popular. Yeah.
Great game. I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah. Who could play you now on the Switch? I think we all probably got a Nintendo Switch or a PS4 with Street Fighter 30th anniversary.
I think we'll be playing that soon, Reecey. We'll be playing that soon together.
Yeah.
On another platform.
Yeah, right. I think you're hinting at something coming there.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. So that's in the next One Up Plus episode, is it? Or?
I think we're doing that next, definitely.
Very good, Art.
So look forward to that, guys. We'll be on our next episode, One Up Plus. We've got something new to share.
Something good. I'll actually share the One Up Plus group now. If people want to join that, they can see when the next episode of One Up Plus is coming. Because you'll be posting there when an episode is about to drop. Am I right in assuming that?
Yeah, definitely. We need to work on that group.
Yeah. Share copy link. Yeah, there we go. So that link I just posted there, guys. If everyone joined that, so if they don't know what we're talking about, the One Up Plus, Toycade and I, we do a bit of a show on Toycade's channel at the moment, just the once a month. Yeah,
around about that, depending on what time I have, my availability.
Correct, yeah. And we just talk more in depth on something, on a certain topic. And so, yeah, last time we talked about the Intech gaming, pinball, Nintendo 64, those sort of things. And Toycade is hinting at something big.
No, I wouldn't say big.
Big, but something good, something interesting. Yeah. Stephen's asked, do you think Arcade One have plans to issue more pinball tables in the future? You might have missed it earlier. I am aware that Arcade One Up are reissuing their pinball tables. I don't know if they're different. All I know is they are reissuing the 3 tables they have, and they'll have different artwork,
different skins. Yeah.
That's all I can say. Like, confirm that I know is happening. I'd like to see them at 1080p. I think that's right.
How about the Wi-Fi feature that they, when they first announced pinball, they said it's going to come with Wi-Fi.
Have Wi-Fi,
do you believe they're still going to do that?
That might be something they're working on for leaderboards and whatnot. Like I said, I think they're trying to build. I think they know their future is online, whether it's just leaderboards or anything, because it creates that community.
Yeah, because Mel hinted at a possible expansion kit for the current pinball owners. You reckon they've abandoned that idea?
I wouldn't say they've abandoned it. I think something's in the works with pinball, obviously, because last week that update came out, and they would have had to have known the tables are at least flashable, interchangeable.
They would have known that. And I think they made a decision to release that. They didn't have to release Star Wars or Marvel, right? The update there was very minimal.
Yeah.
But for them to decide that, it just seems coincidental that this all happened.
Yeah. So do you think that hack... So there's some people who hinted they think the hack was an Arcade One-Up employee or something.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I'm more thinking about what does this mean for that Wi-Fi expansion pack that Mel mentioned earlier from Judo? To me, it sounds like they've kind of abandoned that by this. Okay. If this is a deliberate leak by Arcade One-Up, this whole flash firmware hack, maybe they've given up on those first gen of pinball machines.
Maybe, yep. I think that's not unreasonable.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that the Wi-Fi will come from the next generation.
Yeah, I think they're definitely reissuing them. So I think you're right there. I think they'll leave the Gen 1 as they are. And now that you've said that, that makes sense, why they'd be reissuing them. So the Wi-Fi and that would all be part of the Gen 2. Yeah,
because I feel like most people have forgotten about that feature that Mel has. Even John D mentioned it once as well. They've mentioned that a Wi-Fi expansion kit will possibly come for those Gen 1 owners. Yeah. But no one has talked about that. And now we've got these firmware flash leaks, hacks.
Yeah.
I feel like that the attention to that is probably they left that behind. They're going, let's just give them the 30 tables. Let's move on to the next gen.
You got the 30 tables. It's worth the 800 or the 1400, whatever you paid. And now, move on to the next lot. Yeah.
Potentially, I think the hardware in the current Gen 1 is probably too weak. They realised
I think they're at their limit for the So John D said something about the people should notice the pictures on the updated tables is a bit sharper, and I think he's right. It is a bit sharper. So that's probably they pushed the hardware to its limit.
Yeah,
and it is what it is. Stephen C just said he works in the aviation industry. He wants to know what you work in.
I'm in the software testing industry.
Software
testing. Yeah, I'm in QA. That's why I'm always getting a bit of I'm getting a lot of requests now from other game manufacturers for me to test their products. So that's interesting.
Nice. Yeah,
being a bit involved in that area.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, maybe you recognise your voice from over the radio sometime and thought you're in aviation as well.
Hopefully in a good way, not one of those bad ways.
Yeah. No. So, that'd be interesting. Yeah. I don't know if I'd buy another Arcade One-Up pinball. So if they reissued one with Wi-Fi,
for me, I'm going to wait until I get my Legends pinball. Hopefully it'll come next week. It's been sitting in customs. Actually moved from customs late last week. So one step closer for the main box. The back box is still somewhere in custom, so
yeah,
I'm going to have the 2 box issues. I'll be
that's been the big issue. That's been an issue for a lot of people because it's shipped in 2 boxes.
Yeah, so I'm hoping I'll get that next week, and then I'll decide whether if is Legend Pinball enough. It's having one multi-cade pinball enough, and having Legend being that one is enough for me or not.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're going to get this Intech expansion kit for the pinball.
Well, that's what I'm excited about. That's why, because I sat there with my pinball in its box for so long,
waiting for the Intech product, right?
Yeah, because I have considered moving it on. I thought I could sell this quite easily, still in the box. It's brand new. But then, that Intech, I'm like, hang on, because I've got a lot of tables on the Switch. So it would be good. I just hope they actually have physical buttons, not with the setup I seen early in the week where you simply just had your Joy-Cons. Where are we?
Oh, yeah.
Joy-Cons sort of slot on the side, and I really hope Intech don't do that setup for the pinball.
Yeah, they've been tight-lipped. I've been asking them, and they've been quite tight-lipped with that. But the latest is that it's still on schedule for October, possibly a bit over October, November.
Okay, cool.
But they haven't released any of the features to me yet, so I'm still asking them if they can provide some details. So I'm keen to know. I'm expecting the buttons to be there working with the existing buttons. I'm more thinking, what are they going to do with the control panel at the front, and also the DMD at the back. They're the 2 key features. If they're going to do something about it, if they're going to make something make those 2 components work somehow, I reckon it's going to sell. It's going to sell. But if they don't, it's going to be
That's but going back to the reissue pinball that Brent mentioned earlier today, the big clincher for him, not so much was the 1080, the 720 or whatever, was the back glass doesn't change. It's just it's basically a marquee. Do you think a reissue that might change? It might still be a static image, but it changes per table or something.
Wait, are you talking about RK1 Up or are you talking about Legends?
Yeah, RK1 Up pinball, yeah.
As in, you're saying the marquee on the back glass?
Yeah, the back glass, yeah.
So you're saying that they're going to have
No, I'm just saying, is that something you think they would look at? Or
I don't think they will. They want to keep it close to the original pinballs back in the days, right?
Yeah.
There's always one translate, always one.
Yeah, but it was also one table.
Now
we've got 10 or so. So when you change the table, do you think it should change? That should change as well.
Well, knowing RK1 Up, they're going to milk it, right? They're going to give you a third party or accessories where you can just slot in your artwork that you want.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a screen that changes.
It wouldn't be a screen.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll do that. They're trying to reduce the cost here, keep the cost low.
That's true. Yep.
They wouldn't go fancy. I mean, this is that's something that I can't see them doing.
No. So you think they'd just stay with the same form factor, just reskinned and probably maybe a little bit more powerful hardware,
and bigger screen, hopefully 27-inch at least.
27, yep.
27 is a magic number. I mean, I don't see him doing 32.
No. So what the Act Games is that's 32?
32. Yeah, 32.
Yeah. I think when you're talking 3/4, I think you're right. 27 inches is probably where it's at.
It should be. That's where it should be.
Yeah.
Especially they need to differentiate themselves from Toy Shock. Toy Shock is 24 as well. So
yeah, okay.
And they're known as budget, So I think one should at least step it up one notch.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, I might wrap it up there. We're going over the hour. I normally only do the hour. I have got a ping from the wife there, so might wrap it up there for the day. What are you working on? Anything? Are you toy code?
Yeah, just try and find the time. Like,
I know that one.
I'm hoping to get a video out this week on a project I've been working on, and then focus on the next One Up Plus episode. So to put together some notes, some video, some action, and then I'll hit you up, and then we can work on putting that together. Yep,
for sure. So if anyone didn't watch my video I did a couple days ago of the GeForce Now that I'm trialing, I'll probably drop another video on that in a couple days. I've been testing that out, still on the home network, but not Ethernet. So keep an eye out for that video. And when is my next live stream? I'm going to be a bit busy for a bit. I'll give you a hit. With a little luck, if things don't go, next Sunday I'll do one, Steve. Sunday the 3rd. I'll probably be able to do another live stream. So yeah, should have another GeForce Now video before then too. At least one more video where I've got out and about on the home network, but on the Wi-Fi on the tablet and those sort of things. We'll leave it at that. Right, all right, guys. Yep, we'll call it that. It's an hour and a half. Thanks for stopping by. It was a good stream. I hope everyone is good. I know one bloke who sat quiet in stream is at home sick with COVID at the moment, so I'll send out my well wishes to you and hope you make a speedy recovery, mate. Everyone else, thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. It's always good to get everyone in the chat. And yeah, we'll catch you next Sunday night. Cheers, guys.